Welcome to my workshop. My name is Tomasz and you're watching Casual DIY channel. In today's video I want to show you my top 10 projects for 2022 that I've managed to do in my workshop. Obviously there were so many more videos on so many more cool projects, but maybe if you are new to my channel you haven't seen those videos, so all the links to the mentioned projects will be down below in the description of this video. And if you are a returning subscriber, returning viewer, maybe you missed some of them. So I hope you're going to enjoy today's video. So let's kick off with one of my favorite tool upgrades that I've done this year. Mainly, I've got the Titan jointer slash thickness planer, and the fence on it was absolutely rubbish. And I managed to fabricate my own, which is straight, 90 degrees all the way. And that's what I was after. I was really getting bad results with having the old flexy bendy fence, whereas this one is sturdy as a wall, it's not budging, and the most important thing is at 90 degrees to the bed itself. So it speeds up my work and it gives me a really nice quality to it as well. So that's my first choice of really good projects for 2022. The next project I want to share with you is the kitchen helper stand for my kids I've made at the start of 2022. It was a fantastic little project that is still in use by my kids all the time. I know they love cooking and they love helping around the kitchen, so it was a perfect project to actually making sure my kids are safe when helping out in the kitchen. So it's a fantastic little project for all you dads out there and granddads as well. Super helpful thing, and it's definitely something that your kids will enjoy. If you've got a small workshop, or maybe you've got some spaces that you're not sure what to do in your workshop because they are quite awkward and small, I may have the perfect project for you. Clamp storage rack. Okay, it's based on French cleats, and as you can see it utilizes the dead space I had in my workshop and is more or less storing almost all my clamps. They're easy to get, easy to put away, they're not in the way. Absolutely fantastic solution if you've got some dead space in your workshop. It just clearly shows that every inch can be utilized for something, in my case clamp storage. One of the quick and easy projects that I've done this year was this upgrade to my quick release clamp. It's the pivoting any angle clamping addition upgrade of some sort that really came in so handy in so many scenarios. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money on special clamps, or each time making some sort of a contraption to clamp down some angled work you've got, this little upgrade may be just for you. It's super simple to make, very quick, and it can be adjusted to any clamps you've got. So I hope this will come in handy in your workshops as well. The next upgrade to my safety equipment in my workshop is this push block. I made two of these. Okay, I've got a rubber padding over here, but the biggest feature of this is the retractable stops at the end. So it's super helpful, especially with a jointer or a router, making sure the piece you're trying to route or joint will not go anywhere, and it gives you that extra stability and that extra push to the material itself. So that's what I've been using all the time with my jointer, and in most cases on my router as well. Fully recommend them, super easy to make, and it just gives you that another level of safety and stability with your work. Plus you don't have to spend a lot of money on pre-made or prefabricated push blocks. So win-win situation here, guys. Now another super helpful project, at least for me, because I never had a vise on my workbench, was to make this super simple pipe clamp vise. It absolutely works great, no issues at all, and it's just, you've got another way of utilizing your pipe clamps if you've got some spare available. And usually they're not too expensive to buy either. And it's a super strong vise. You can make it to any size you want or you need in your workshop. So it's super versatile and it just works, okay? So simple to make, and I can't believe that I have not made it sooner, as I had these lying about in my workshop for at least 3 years. So definitely a project I can recommend to you if you still don't have a vise. The next project I want to talk to you about are the 3D printed bench docks. These saved me a lot of money and actually gave me so many ideas of how I can utilize it. Now I do have a 3D printer and I can make it myself. Obviously they probably will never be to the specs of the high-end aluminium ones that you can buy on the internet. However, for me as a normal DIYer, this will do, and it costs me pennies. Obviously, if you do have a 3D printer already. Now, I do have files for this. If you want to 3D print them yourself, they are available. You just need to follow the links that are on my main video for these. And to be fair, I think you can actually buy a service, i.e. send an online company the files and they'll 3D print it for you for a fraction of the price. And they came in super handy in so many cases, guys. And that's one of the things I would definitely recommend to you. If you've got the means, the possibilities, get yourself a 3D printer, because there's so many cool things you can do with that. And there's so many cool projects coming in the near future on my channel utilizing that tool in my workshop as well. So definitely a worth investment if you've got a DIY workshop, woodworking workshop, or anything else really, because you can make some really cool jigs and additions to your tools, to your workbenches and anything else. And you know, in the end, it actually may pay itself off, as you don't have to buy expensive tools. You can make it yourself. The next jig I want to show you is a jig for my router that I use absolutely all the time. Super simple to do. It does utilize a track from a plunge saw. So if you've got that, you're absolutely sorted. So easy to set up, and every single time you can create repetitive and accurate slots, grooves, dados, anything like that with your router. The jig gives you the ability to clamp it down quite easily, and as you know, the track's got some special padding so they don't really move that much either. So you can, to be fair, in most cases just place the track onto your workpiece, hold it with one hand and just push the router through and it will not move. On top of it, you've got the L shape here, and that will make sure that you are constantly at 90 degrees to your workpiece, so you are cutting straight lines. Absolutely fantastic and super simple jig to make. Fully recommend to anybody that has got a track from a track saw. Another project that greatly improved the efficiency and dust collection in my workshop is the boom arm. Okay, it swivels fully left to right, so I'm covered with my table saw to the left, and to the right I'm covered with the workbench, so my miter saw, all the routing is done on my workbench, so I'm definitely covered here. And it's just the ease of use and the hose not getting in the way. Absolutely fantastic. On top of it, I do have an extension hose that I can easily and quickly attach it to the main one. And now I've got a super long hose if I need to connect the hose to a machine that's further away, or actually just hoover the workshop. Super helpful. I don't have to move the cart anywhere. So maybe that's a project for the near future, where I actually don't need the shop vac to be on a cart, but we'll see. For now, the boom arm, definitely something that I recommend. Even if you've got a small workshop, you can quite easily cover the whole workshop with a shortish boom arm, and you don't have to move around your shop vac or anything like that. So definitely something that is worth making. Now, the last project or workshop upgrade I want to share with you is something related to my table saw, the beloved Rage 5S. Now, if you actually been with my channel, you know that I made so many upgrades and so many jigs for this table saw that actually I could do a whole video on just those improvements alone for this table saw. However, today I just want to show you guys the small sled that I've made, And you know, I do have a full size large sled, and I've been using it less and less because it's big, it's heavy, and I just can't be bothered. In most of the cases I just need something smallish like this one. It's actually super versatile, as you can do straight cuts on this side, or you can do angle cuts on the other side. Okay, 45-degree cuts over here. You've got two T-tracks in the middle that will allow you to make some clamping solutions. I've got a small fence. You don't really need a massive fence for it. It's just a reference point for your piece of work to rest on something and not to be kicked back at you. Thanks to the clamping solution I've got just over here, as you can see, I can do taper cuts to any degree I want. Super easy to set up. You know, absolutely perfect thing that I've been using constantly on my Rage 5. However, it's a jig that will fit any other type of table saw, so it's definitely worth making. Super simple to do. It doesn't take that many materials, and most importantly for me, it's dead on easy to put away, store away. It's not taking too much space, and it will do the job absolutely fine. Now, these were the top 10 projects for me, in my eyes, that I've made in 2022, but I'm super curious to find out what project you are proud of that you made in 2022. Please share that information with all of us down below in the comments section. I can't wait to read your fantastic projects and find out what you made. Now, if you want to find out my other projects that I've done, workshop improvement or anything else, I've got some really cool playlists just over here. You can click those and check out my other videos. But for today, that's all. I'll see you on those videos there. Take care.